Simple Solutions lesson number 47. Number 1, choose the numerical expression that represents dividing 1,600 by 84 and then dividing by 3. Your answer is A. Number 2, solve 681 divided by 18. To do this one, I saw that 18 is very close to 20, so I tried to think of it like a 20. And I know that 2 goes into 6, or 20 would go into 68 3 times. So that's where I wanted to start. Off to the side, though, I need to do 18 times 3 to see if it gets me close to 68. And 18 times 3 is 54. So I know that was very close. When I subtracted, I got 14. Now I'll check. Is 14 less than 18? Yes. Bring down my 1. Now I have 141. Again, I'm going to estimate and say that's close to 20. So how many times can 2 go into 14, which is 7? Over here I need to try. What is 18 times 7? 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So I'll try that. 7 times 18 is 126. I'll subtract, and I get 15. I see that 15 is less than 18, so I know that can be my remainder. So my answer is 37, remainder 15. Number 3, add the fractions. Remember to find a common denominator first and simplify. Our denominators are not the same, so we have to find the lowest common multiple to make that our denominator. So I'll list the multiples here. And I see that 4 is a common multiple, and it is the least common multiple. So I'll change both of these fractions to have a denominator of 4. 4 times what is 4? 4 times 1. So 2 times 1 is 2, so that one remains 2/4. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 2 is 2. My answer would be 2 plus 2 is 4 over 4, or another way I can say that is 1 whole. Number 4, 3,498 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 5 is 45, plus 4 is 49. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 4 is 24. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. My answer is 17,490. Number 5. If angle MNP is a straight angle, what is the value of A plus B? Well, I know that A is 90 degrees. So I have to figure out what B is over here, and then I'll add A plus B. In order to figure out what B is, I take 90 degrees, and I will subtract 39 degrees from that, and I get 51 degrees. Now I'm going to add to that what angle A was, which was 90, and A plus b equals 141 degrees. Number 6, list the first 5 multiples of 7. Okay? 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 5 is 35. Number 7, convert 540 inches to feet. I know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot, so I'm going to divide 540 inches by 12 to figure out how many feet there are. I know that 12 times 4 gets me closest to 54, and 12 times 4 is 48. And I'll subtract. 14 minus 8 is 6. Bring down my 0. And I know that 12 times 5 is 60. And 60 minus 60 is 0. So that means that 540 inches is 45 feet. Number 8, let's round 91 and 45 hundredths to the nearest tenth. We look at the 5 next to the 4. The 5 says to the 4 to go up, goes to a 5, and everything before it stays the same. So your answer is 91 and 5 tenths. Number 9, which quadrilateral is a rhombus but not a rectangle? Your answer is B. Number 10, write the power of 10 as a product of the same factor. Find the value. 10 to the 4th power would look like this. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. And your answer, or the value, is 10,000. There's 4 zeros. Number 11, the temperature is dropping and each day the same number of birds migrate south. Think about the rule and use it to complete the table. On day 1, 6 birds were migrating. On day 2, 12 birds were migrating. Day 3, 18 birds were migrating. The pattern is they're adding 6. So on day 4, there would be, make a little chart here. On day 4, there would be 24 birds, and on day 5, there would be 30 birds. Number 12, 9 minus 6 times 3 times 3. 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 9 is 27. Number 13, which does not show a line of symmetry? As you know, a line of symmetry divides the shape into 2 mirror images. So which does not? Your answer is A. That is not a line of symmetry. Number 14, shade in the fraction model 33 over 100. So I'll shade in 3 columns and then 3 more squares to be 33. To write this fraction as a decimal, I would write 0 and 33 hundredths. In the decimal, the value of the digit in the tenths place is 10 times as much as the place as the value of the digit in the hundredths place. Number 15, estimate first, then give the exact difference. Well, if I was rounding to the nearest whole number, 9 and 45 hundredths would remain 9. 7 and 23 hundredths would remain 7. And 9 minus 7 is 2. Now let's find our exact answer. 5 minus 3 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Bring my decimal straight down. And 9 minus 7 is 2. So my answer is 2 and 22 hundredths. And number 6, order the numbers from least to greatest. I've already lined up my decimal point, so now all I have to do is compare. I see in the tens place I have all ones, so I'm going to go to the ones place. Now I see they're all sevens, so I'm going to go to the tenths place. I have a 0, an 8, and an 8. I automatically know that the 0 is the smallest, so that number is the least. In my tenths place I have an 8 and an 8, so I'm going to go to the hundredths place to compare. In this number there's a 7, in this number there's a 0. That means this number is the next. And finally, the greatest value is 17 and 87 hundredths.